다가한다 대학교 런치 차다 아니 죽라랍다 년다전디 아니 chancellor the vice chancellor and 다가는 신기 디기게 나바조다 캬와 나바서 아니 로드 나바조 아니 군드 나바조 상을 현재로 쉬야리아 엔 데려야다 때 죽라랍다 디타네 알이야 지그게 디그리 지 전대시다 소라나데 하장 가부총 두치쇼이 디루시다.
So I'd like to thank the Jamia Millia Islamia University, the chief guest here, Dr. Kabir Sibal, and the vice chancellor, the professors, deans, and the students, and everyone gathered here, all the guests gathered here. I would like to greet you all, first of all, and I would like to thank you, Jamia Millia Islamia, for conferring me this award.
Oh, after we receive this microphone now, I'm trying to speak in English. Of course, the audience should know my English is very, very broken. So sometimes I may use wrong word. So therefore, I usually is telling my audience when I speak broken English, then be careful. I may get some misunderstanding because it's due to my use wrong word. For example, sometimes pessimism and optimism, sometimes I make mistake. So serious sort of mistake, or there is real danger. So be careful when you listen to my broken English. I really feel great honor to receive this as a degree. And firstly, I often say telling or respond when I receive these things, say, actually, I never sort of spent time for study, but without a study, I got these degrees. It's something, something good. I think those students who receive the doctorate, I think you spend a lot of sort of time and make a lot of effort. So in any way, without much effort, I received this degree from many, I think, different universities. So I feel very great honor. Now, here, especially a degree from one famous Islam university. This I really feel very much appreciate. Because one of my commitment is promotion of religious harmony. Since September 11th event, I stand firmly defending Islam because, you know, due to few mischievous people from Muslim background, on their behavior, generalize whole Islam something negative. It is absolutely wrong. Islam, naturally, I mean, realistically speaking, Islam is one of the very important religion on this planet. And you see, many centuries in the past and even present, in future also, Islam, you see, gives sort of hopes and confidence and inspiration to millions of people. That's a fact. And then also, you see, I have, since my childhood, I have some close friend, Islam, Muslim friend, from my childhood. And for example, in Tibet, in Lhasa, I think at least last 4 centuries, small Muslim traders and eventually settle there. So create a small Muslim community there. There was no record, quarrel from these Muslim community, very gentle. And then also, you see, some Muslims in this country, I know, they told me, genuine Islam practitioner must sort of extend love and compassion towards entire creatures. And someone who say Islam, the Muslim, if the person create bloodshed, reality no longer Muslim. They say like that. And then the meaning of jihad, not something attack on other. The deeper meaning of jihad is struggle within ourselves. All these negative emotions, such as anger, hatred, attachment, you see, which creates more sort of, problem in mental state, and then through that way create more problem within the family or within the community. So carry struggle, or fight these negative emotion, destructive emotion. That's the meaning of jihad in deeper level. So therefore, they inspired different sort of philosophy. The essence of that religion is same with other religions. As a result of more communication, more contact with follow of other religion, I found, in spite big differences in philosophical field, but in practice level, all practice love, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, self-discipline, and contentment. So therefore, I always was telling people, whenever I have the opportunity, we should not generalize Islam due to few mischievous Islam followers. Some mischievous people, among the Hindus also there, among the Jews also there, among the Christians also there, among the Buddhists also there, among the Tibetan Buddhist small community, also some mischievous people there. That's clear. So therefore, around one degree from one Islamic sort of the university, I really feel great honor. So then my commitment, I said, till my death, two commitments. One commitment is, as I mentioned earlier, promotion of religious harmony. Another commitment on the human level, the promotion of inner human value, human good quality, which biologically develop, mainly human affection. As soon as we're born, the mother's side, mother provide immense sort of affection to the child. But from the child's side also, as soon as born, without knowing what is that person, but biologically, the child entirely depends on that person. When mother take the child like this, the child feel very happy. When separate, child feel unsafe, insecure. Even animals, the same sort of experience. So our life starts from that way. So those people who receive maximum affection at the time of birth and then next few years, that person, whole life, remain more healthy person, more compassionate person. And those people at that age, at that time, you see, lack of affection, and sometimes even abuse. Then that experience remain whole life. So no matter how appearance, in deep inside, some kind of sense of fear and distrust. Distrust among human beings is actually against the basic human nature. We are a social animal. Any social animal, the full cooperation is very essential for individual's interest. Individual is the part of the society. Individual's future entirely depends on the society or community. Then the basis of your own successful life, if you develop some kind of distrust and fear, remain distant, how can that individual person be happy? Very difficult. So therefore, in order to develop genuine cooperation, friendship is very essential. The basis of friendship is trust. The basis of trust is openness, transparent. Then trust can develop. So, on the basis of that, warm-heartedness, sense of concern of others' well-being. When that sort of sense is there is no room to exploit other, to cheat other, to deceive other, or to bully other, because you really take genuine sense of care of their well-being. So that not necessarily come from religion, but by biological factor. So therefore, one of my main commitment is telling people, sharing people. We are a social animal. Now, particularly today's world, due to the global economy and also environment issue, now whole world, almost now 7 billion human beings, each interest of each person interrelated. So according to that reality, concept of we and they is not relevant. Now we must consider entire human being as a one human family. So I often see telling people, now we must develop our attitude. Entire world is part of me, part of we. When the solid demarcation between we and they, then violence will come. If we develop sense of entire humanity as a part of me, part of we, then there is no room using violence. So, my effort, and with many other my
colleagues and friends.
Many of my friends, you see, we are thinking now, past century, last century, 20th century becomes century of violence. So during that century, over 200 millions of people killed through violence. I just returned from Japan, one gathering number of Nobel laureate at Hiroshima, the first nuclear bomb used on human being. Really terrible. So that century even used nuclear weapon on human being. So that century, of course, besides a lot of sort of development within that century, but one way that century becomes century of bloodshed. Now, if immense sort of violence, immense bloodshed really solved human problem and brought some benefit, then okay, there can be some justification, but there is none. So therefore, on the basis of our past experience, now we must make every effort to create this 21st century should be century of dialogue. So there, we need sense of oneness, entire human being. The differences, different nationality, different culture, different races, different religious faith, this I feel secondary. Important is our fundamental level. We are the same human being. So sometimes I think today's number of problems which we are facing is essentially our own creation. These, our own created problems, happen because we too much emphasis importance of secondary level, forgetting fundamental level. So now time come, in order to build happy world, a peaceful world, we must stress the importance of human level. Everybody have same right, be happy person. And each individual people, their interests depend on rest of the people. So we have to take care of others' interest. That's the proper way to get maximum benefit to oneself. So that's my number 2 commitment. Number 1 commitment, promotion of religious harmony. Second, promotion of basic sort of human value. So till my death, I committed these things. So you people, young people, those students, firstly, I want to express my congratulations. I think as a result of your sort of immense sort of effort, now you get a degree. Perhaps I think last few days you may lost your sleep. Too much excitement. Now tonight, I think you get because of more sound sleep, I think. So in any way, I want to congratulate you. And then also I want to tell you, I want to share with you, life is not easy. There's no guarantee. A lot of problems we'll face. So then, we are part of the human society. So no matter what sort of problems, we have the ability to overcome these problems. So self-confidence, optimism is very essential. And to young people also need more patience. The young people, sometimes, you see, everything, because of those things you want immediately. When you face some hindrance or some obstacle, then you demoralize. So there is Tibetan saying, 9 times failure, 9 times effort. So that's important. Please keep your mind. And then another thing, you are the generation who really belongs to the 21st century. I belong to the 20th century. And also some of these professors and the minister also, I think we belong to the 20th century. So the 21st century, only 10 years passed. Now 90 years yet to come. So the people who really making new shape of this century is you. So you must prepare for that. And in order to create a better world, peaceful world, happy world, you must have vision. And you need not only education, but moral principle. I think a lot of problems we created in 20th century and even to this beginning of this century, not due to lack of education, but lack of moral principle. So in order to develop, create happy world, peaceful world, education and moral ethics must go together. So now there are ethics, there are many levels. One level with religious belief. Fundamental level without religious belief. Simply using human common experience and a common sort of sense, and then latest the scientific finding. You get the conviction, warm-heartedness, more sort of openness, immense benefit to one's own even body health. So everybody taking care about one's own health. So major factor of good health is peace of mind. So therefore, you see, more effort to develop more compassionate feeling is actually one of the most important factor for healthy body. And most important to create happy family. So therefore, now education side, you already got high degree. Now please pay more attention about our inner value. That is real human value and ethics. Already the Vice Chancellor also mentioned, you see, the ethics, what called humanism, humanistic sort of approach. These are very, very important. That I want to share with you. So that's all. Thank you very much. So be careful when you listen to my broken English. I really feel great honor to receive this as a degree. And firstly, I often say telling or respond when I receive these things, say, actually, I never sort of spent time for study, but without a study, I got these degrees. It's something, something good. Of course, the audience should know my English is very, very broken. So sometimes I may use wrong word. So therefore, I usually say telling my audience when I speak broken English, then be careful. I may get some misunderstanding because it's due to my use wrong word. For example, sometimes pessimism and optimism, sometimes I make mistake. So serious sort of mistake. There is real danger.
I would like to thank the Jamia Millia Islamia University, the chief guest here, Dr. Kabir Sibal, and the Vice Chancellor, the professors, deans, and the students, and everyone gathered here, all the guests gathered here. I would like to greet you all, first of all, and I would like to thank you, Jamia Millia Islamia, for conferring me this award.
Oh, after we receive this microphone now, I'm trying to speak in English. I think those students who received the doctorate, I think you spend a lot of sort of time and make a lot of effort. So in any way, without much effort, I received this degree from many, I think, different universities. So I feel very great honor. Now, here, especially a degree from one famous Islam university. This I really feel very much appreciate. Because 다가 나 대학교 런치 차다 아니 죽라랍다 년다전디 아니 chancellor the vice chancellor 엔 다가는 신기 디 기겐 나바조다 캬와 나바조 엔 로드 나바조 엔 군드 나바조 상을 현재로 쉬알이야 엔 데려야다 때 죽라랍다 디토네 알이야 지그게 디그리 지 전대시다 소라나데 하장 가부총 두치쇼이 들으시다.
So I'm